coming on my channel for an interview. We're going to talk about girl talk, her love life, nursing, and how Amanda lives a fabulous life.
Oh, thank you. Don't flatter me.
How was your transition to the U.S.?
It's so crazy because a lot of people don't know that I was originally born in Belize.
Mm-hmm.
So Belize is a Caribbean country. So I was born in Belize. My parents ended up moving to LA for like a year. Things I don't really remember. All I remember is really moving to New York, and I grew up in New York. So I went to school all the way up until I think I was 14. I was 14 years old, and then my mom did like a crazy transitional move to Chicago because we had a lot of family in Chicago. She hated New York. She hated how fast it was, the fast pace, how expensive it was to live. And that honestly was one of the best decisions my mom made, was moving us to Chicago. You know, it was more suburban. It's still a city, but it's less, you know, high speed. Grew up in Chicago, well, went to high school, and then I went to St. Louis, and now I'm here. Here in St. Louis.
How do you like St. Louis?
I hope I don't offend no St. Louis people.
I'm from St. Louis.
Look, I hope I don't offend. No, honestly, St. Louis has raised me. I feel like it made me the woman I am today as far as being a hustler. Mm-hmm. I feel like women in St. Louis or people in St. Louis, period, are hustlers. And when I came to St. Louis, I was 17 years old when I graduated high school. 17 years old, and I'm 25 years old now. And I spent most of my adult years in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. So St. Louis has made me who I am today, but it's a very small city, as you know.
Right.
And I feel like I just want to branch out and be bigger than the city. Because sometimes when you're in a smaller city like St. Louis, you can become stagnant, and that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm like, okay, I need change. I need to switch it up. I need to figure something out because I don't like feeling stagnant. So I'm moving. Yeah.
And where are you moving?
I'm moving to Dallas.
Oh,
it's my fiance.
Okay, show me the ring. Show me the ring. Oh, so cute.
Y'all see this? He did good, girl. He really did that.
For all of y'all, we're going to get into their love story later on because it's a beautiful love story if you're following them on Instagram. Okay, so you have a bachelor's degree in nutrition. So yes. What made you want to pursue nursing?
So with my first degree, I was trying to get into the nursing program. Mm-hmm. So that's how it's like with a lot of people who just get degrees just to get it. But I mean, I love nutrition. It's kind of just like nursing. Nursing deals more with medicine versus nutrition is health, holistic care, how to cure diseases with plant-based foods or, you know, exercising versus always dealing with medicine. So it's like two complete opposites, but I love both. My main reason for nursing is my mom. My mom's a nurse. She's actually about to graduate with her nurse practitioner in a few months. And my little sister, so I'm 25, I have a little sister who's 23. She's in nursing school. She graduates in May. And so it's just like a family full of nurses. I want to follow my mom's footsteps. It's an amazing career. Like when I go to clinicals, I literally leave clinical, I'm driving home. I'm always thinking about my patients, thinking about how happy I am that I actually, you know, embark this career. Like this career is absolutely amazing. Even if I don't continue it and I pursue being an entrepreneur, I'm just so grateful that I got the opportunity to like be a nurse, you know, and actually heal people, help people. Because I feel like that's my calling in life, whether it's to be a nurse or whether it's to be an entrepreneur. They're both, you know, different in different ways. And I feel like you have one life, you might as well just live it, you know, and get every single thing knocked off. And nursing definitely was one of those things on my checklist. So I knocked it off. I graduate in a month, April 19th.
Congratulations.
I know, thank you, girl. It's been a long, long road.
What made you choose Chamberlain and how hard is the program?
I really, really love Chamberlain. What I will say, the reason why I chose Chamberlain is because it's a accelerated program. I already did 4 years with 1 degree. I'm like, I'm done, tired of going to school. I need something quick. If I'm gonna do this nursing for my mom, you know, for myself, I'm gonna make sure that it's quick and it's fast and it's accelerated. So with Chamberlain, I know how my schedule is and how my life is set up. I'm not one of those girls who, I'm just going to school and I forget about my boyfriend, I forget about my friends, I just close off, I shut off social media. I'm not that type, especially with you running a business. You can't just shut off social media. So with Chamberlain, I take one class every 8 weeks. Okay. So I'm able to focus on that one class versus 4 or 5 classes for 16 weeks. So it's extremely fast, but you get it done quicker. So typically a nursing program is 4 years. 4 years. Chamberlain is 2 years. And you take one class every 8 weeks. So a lot of my followers are always like, how are you traveling? Girl, you just in Jamaica.
Yes, literally.
And I would have an exam that Monday, and that just goes to show you, like, it's all about time management. It doesn't matter, you know, what program you're in. It's all about time management. So I love Chamberlain. I would highly recommend Chamberlain, especially if you're wanting to do something quick and, you know, get your degree over with. I would say Chamberlain.
What is your favorite memory at Chamberlain?
Like meeting my friends that are in nursing school. I have a really, really good friend. She's actually my wedding. Her name is Glow. She's probably gonna watch this. Me and her like this, but we basically started the program together and we're finishing it together. So it's building that relationship, building those friendships, and obviously the patient. Like I said, when I come home, I have a story to tell. And I feel like when I live my life, it's to tell a story, whether it's to my kids or, you know, to influence the next person. It's just the stories behind, you know, the nursing and the friendships I made.
That's cool. Because I feel like you guys had a journey together, so it's always good to meet people that share the same interests.
Exactly. And like can relate to you, because oftentimes like I'm exhausted or I have a test and I can express that to my friends who are not in the program, and they'll just be like, oh girl, you got it, because everybody always think Manda got it, you know, but it's easier to talk to a nursing student, because she's like, I feel you, girl. Like, you know, you look strong on the outside, but you break it down on the inside, you know, I get it. So I love those connections and me speaking to my nursing friends for sure.
That's cool. So what advice would you give anyone that's pursuing nursing?
I have a few. I have a lot of advice. I'm gonna stick to one. Let me think. Let's see. What I would say is start off strong. I think that's why I've excelled in this program, is because I started off so strong. I studied my I don't know if you're bleeping stuff, but I studied my off in the program, like especially my first year. I went hard my first year, so my second year was a breeze. So always start off strong and just give it 110%. Anything you do in your life, it's not even just about nursing, just anything in your life, give it 100,000,010%, because it will pay off in the long run. And I'm like reaping the benefits right now of it paying off, because I gave it my all, you know, and I've lost friends, I've lost people, you know, by giving it my all, but look at my outcome, you know, I'm almost done. So
it's a beautiful journey, because you're going to lose people, but the people that are for you are going to be there at the end.
The strong remains, girl.
Look,
the strong really remains solid. It's true. It's true.
Very true. Alongside from nursing, Manda is a lash tech, an entrepreneur. So y'all need to follow her $1 Million Meets. That's actually how I met her. So let's get into that. What made you become an entrepreneur and specifically a lash tech?
Well, I started off when I was 19 years old. I think I was 18 or 19. And my schedule was so crazy with school, and lashes was always my thing. Like, I've always been into beauty. I like hair, I like makeup, and lashes were always my thing. And I remember I used to wear lashes all the time, and the girls on campus used to be like, man, can you do my lashes for me? So at the time, it was Sue lashes, the little ghetto lashes with the hair glue. So I used to just stick them on there or whatever for them. And I was scrolling on Instagram one day, and I saw like people actually doing individuals. And I'm like, dang, I would really love to learn that. So I went to Chicago, I took a class. I can't even remember the girl's name. I took a class somewhere in Chicago. And it was brief, it was quick. I didn't feel like I learned anything. So I went home and I started looking up YouTube videos of how to apply the little lash extensions. I had 2 roommates at the time. Both of them were my best friends, and I practiced on them, and it literally took off. I remember being 19 years old in my dorm room doing lashes from a couch. And I just stayed consistent. That was my thing. I was the only one on campus. I actually was the only one in that area doing lashes. I was in Edwardsville at the time. And no one was doing lashes. So all the older, you know, people, or all my older clients started coming to me. And I just basically took off after that. I bought a lash bed and I quit my job. I think I was working at like Starbucks or I don't even remember. It probably was like for a month, but I was working somewhere, and I just quit, and I literally took off. I remember doing 2,000 clients that year.
Wow.
Literally, 2,000 people. And the way I know is that I documented in my Style Seat, because I got that app, and it tells you how many clients I did. And I was like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy. Like, I literally did 2,000 people with me still being a full-time student. So that's how I started the journey. And lashes is like the best thing ever created to humans. I feel like I can't live without it now.
I kid you not, you guys. When she puts her books up, you have to get an appointment because if not, you will not get one. Like,
It's crazy.
this girl takes off in
like literally an hour. I'll probably be booked in an hour, and my clients be ready to beat my with these lashes. I'm like, get on there and book her. I be trying to tell them ahead of time. Oh, I'm cheating. I feel like I'm cheating with my other clients, but I'm trying to let them know. Like, y'all know I open my books on the 15th. Just get on there and book. But it's a blessing all at the same time. Like, I love being booked, but I love squeezing my people in also, you know? So it's like I overextend myself in some ways, but it's okay. I ain't got no kids. I ain't worried about it.
Okay, so how did you build your brand and your clientele?
It's all about word of mouth. So when I teach my lash classes, I always talk about word of mouth. It's very important to give your clients that experience. You set that vibe, you set that tone, because your clients are your biggest, fans, honestly. Like they always say, the people who support you the most is all the people you don't know. It's not your family, it's not your friends, which they do. They definitely do. But I feel like my clients are definitely my biggest supporters because they go out and they tell people about me and they encourage people to go to me. They give them my website. For a long time, I took off my style seat. So the only way you could book is if someone referred you. And I was still booked. Like I did like a trial. I'm like, let me see how many people like really referred me. And I did that for like a year straight because I didn't need my website open. So many people already referred me. They would just send, their friends or their family members the link. And it's definitely all about word of mouth, how to build that brand. Just be a good person. Have good customer service. That's all. It's not that hard.
No.
It's not that hard. I promise you, it's not that hard. Just be a people person. Talk to your clients. Get to know them. The majority of the time, when they're at their appointments, they're venting to you. They're telling you things about their life. Or they're sleeping because that's their only time they get to like sleep. Yeah, they have kids and they have busy lives also. So it's just like read your clients and, build like that.
The first time I met you, you were so nice. And I'm just sitting here talking to you. You're like, girl, you better move with your man.
Oh my God, I remember that. Because you asked me like, how? And I remember me pushing you. I'm like, you need to get your YouTube started.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you're doing it right now, as you can see.
Because she was like, I'm going to be the first person you're interviewing me.
And look at her now. And I really hope this blows up because you're awesome. Seriously.
Thank you.
I see the drive, girl. I see it.
Okay, so what advice would you have to anyone that wants to be an entrepreneur and they don't know where to start?
I would say weigh your pros and your cons. So again, I teach this in my lash class because a lot of people they deal with whether or not they should quit their job and go full-time entrepreneur or whether or not they should, just do it part-time, each part-time. I'd say just weigh your pros and your cons. If you have the clientele and you get to a point where you're rescheduling people because you have to actually work that job, it's time to quit your job. Take these clients on full head force. So that would be my only advice. It's like, just weigh your pros and cons. Don't go quit your job just to think you're about to be a lash tech because it takes time, it takes practice. And when you start building that clientele, you'll feel it in your soul. I know I felt it in my soul. I'm like, I can't work a job. I have to be an entrepreneur. And I'm still struggling with that now being with nursing. Like I have to work under people because I'm a nurse. So I see how that goes. But that's my biggest advice. Is just weigh your pros and cons. Make sure it's a smart move and a smart financial move also. Because it is all about money. You got to live off money. So, yeah.
So Manda does have a lash class coming up. Can you give some information about that?
Yes,
Are you booked? Do you need ladies?
Well, I have a few openings still available. I haven't been really promoting it like that. I've been so busy with school. But yes, I do have a class March 21st. It's actually with another lash tech. Her name is Leah. She's phenomenal. She does my lashes. So this will be our last lash class that we're hosting because Leah's moving also, and I'm moving in April. So sign up. Just follow me on Instagram. We can post my Instagram stuff at the bottom. Okay, cool. So just follow me at the bottom when the video is over, and just shoot me a text. You can sign up like that.
Yes. Go to her, y'all, so y'all can be booked because she does not play.
Yes, I don't. And one thing about me that I will say, why I feel like I'm different than other lash techs, is that I genuinely care. I literally care about my clients or my trainees so much to the point where I'm always following up with you, because a lot of the times people take the class and that's it. They never get to speak to their instructor again. It was like me. Like, I couldn't text my instructor and say, hey, can you teach me how to do this? Because a lot of the things are situational. You won't know until you're actually doing it and applying it. Yeah, there's only so much you can teach in one day in one class. So with me, I'm always following up, hey boo, how's everything going? Can I see your work? Can I follow you on Instagram? I stalk my trainees, I follow them. Seriously, and if I see that they're doing a good job, I refer people to them, because I'm like, she's putting in the work. I see her working hard. She getting her family, her mama and Nene over there. Like, she literally getting everybody in. I'm gonna make sure I look out for her. When I'm booked, I'm gonna send a client to her because I can trust her and I know my client will be in good hands, right? So I care about my trainees, unlike a lot of, girls out here. They're just too busy. But again, I make time for everything and everyone.
I love that, because I actually seen on your social media where you had one of your trainees come in your studio and you helped her out, and walked her through it.
Because they're uncomfortable their first client. They're nervous, they're scared they're gonna screw it up, they're scared they're gonna glue the eyes shut. So typically when I'm there, they tend to like calm down, or they can ask me questions. I can go over and peek, because sometimes I'm like working, I'm with a client, but I'll go over and say, okay, good, you're doing a good job, or make sure you put your tweezers this way or whatever. So I like when they do their first client in front of me or in my presence, because it just gives them a successful path, basically, once they get that first client down. So
that's amazing, and it's great that you're taking the time out to make sure people are actually learning and then making relationships.
Right.
That's great. Okay, so we're gonna get into this love story, honey. Tell me about this love. So how did you meet Conway? Let's get into this.
Okay, I met Conway on Instagram. So don't laugh, y'all. Because he DM'd me. So I was fresh out of a relationship, like literally fresh. And I was thinking I was driving today, like, how vulnerable should I be? But I think I'm just gonna like tell the world,
because on your lives, honey, you're an open book.
I am. And I definitely thought that. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it, because there's some things I still hold back and I don't really say, just because it's like personal. But I don't care today. I don't care. Like, I'm in a different headspace, so I'm gonna tell y'all everything. So I basically left the relationship I was in for 5 years, literally 1 month prior to meeting Conway. And Conway DM'd me. I guess he messaged him. I had just joined a sorority. I'm an AKA. And he DM'd me on Instagram and basically asked me, am I from St. Louis? And I'm like, yeah, I'm from St. Louis. So I was hesitant to respond to him because at this point, I don't know if I'm going to get back with my ex. I don't know what's going on with me and him. All I know is that we're done right now, how I'm feeling. So I ended up just responding to Conway. I'm like, he's being a gentleman right now. He's like, how about I take you out for lunch? And I'm like, okay, we can do lunch. That's cool. So I ended up giving him my number. We started texting, and that's basically how it took off from there. The first time he came to my house, I remember telling him that I was stressed out with school. I had just joined the sorority. I had nursing school going on. I had clients. Like, it was just a crazy time. I was dealing with a breakup. And he came over and just basically comforted me, took my trash out, just little cute stuff. And I'm like, okay, I like this guy. And I gave him a chance. And 1 year or 1 year and a half later, we're engaged. And that's how that happened.
Oh, it's so cute. Y'all need to follow them on Instagram. It's like a love story. So tell me about the traveling. How do you guys plan your trips and day-to-day life with you and Conway?
So he is an extremely busy person also. It's all about time management. I feel like we do so good with time management because he's an entrepreneur as well. He does real estate, he has properties, he has an Airbnb, he's doing a million things at one time. It's all about time management. And for us, we always make time for each other. Like on my breaks, when I have a client who's late or, a client who canceled, whatever, I always make sure I call him. I check in on him. How's your day going? So even though we live together, we're always in communication with one another, which I think helps because I'm always knowing what he's doing. It's not excessive or anything. I'm like, baby, I miss you. How's your day going? And with us planning trips, we plan ahead. Like, I literally know what I'm doing for the rest of the year. And a lot of people don't know that about me. I plan, yes. I'm psychotic like that because I'm so oriented. I'm very detail oriented with time, and I get anxiety when things aren't like going as planned. So what I do is I plan my months out. So I know what I'm doing and from, ooh, child, I need some water.
You want me to grab you my water?
Damn, I'm actually good. But I plan it out months in advance. So I know what I'm doing March, I know what I'm doing April, all the way up until December. And if anything comes up, at least I know I have these things planned, I can make time for it. So it's pretty simple. It's just, like I said, time management. If y'all don't get anything out this video, just know
time
management.
So what advice would you give to anyone that's in a 5-year relationship and they don't know if they should leave or if they want to stay?
Well, here's the thing. My ex cheated on me, okay? I'm gonna be very transparent. I thought that I was in a happy relationship with my ex, but it wasn't until like he cheated that I realized how unhappy I was. And a lot of people are like, he cheated on you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes, it doesn't matter how pretty you are, what all you have going. It doesn't matter if you're in school and you're doing all this stuff. It literally doesn't matter. A man will always do what he wants to do at the end of the day. And so with that, he just crossed the line, crossed the boundary, and I was done after that. And when I met Conway basically was everything that I begged my ex to be. I would beg him to do like little small, detail-oriented things, like just be a man. I used to always tell him, like, be a man. And I didn't get that in him. And so it was so simple when I met Conway. And I almost feel bad at times, like I've had this conversation with Conway, that's why it's okay for me to talk about it. But I feel bad because I'm like, Conway had to deal with the repercussions of me dealing with a breakup. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like he had to deal with a heart that he did not break.
Yes, exactly. That's a perfect way to put it. And so there's certain things like when I first met him, I had trust issues. And he's like, you could trust me. And I'm like, I can't trust no man because look at my ex. I was with him for 5 years. And I think what hurt me the most with that was me like doing everything, not feeling like I was basically good enough. Doing everything I was supposed to be doing in life and not feeling I was good enough. So when I met Conway, he basically lifted my spirit up. He made me feel like whole again. And I remember putting that in my post. I think you had a question about that. And it was like, I can't remember what you said.
On one of your posts, I think it was the engagement video, you said that you remember not feeling like you were good enough and you wouldn't find love or something.
Yes.
Like that.
I said I don't think I would ever be good enough for someone to want to marry me.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Because I was in a relationship for 5 years and me and him talked about marriage and I was doing everything leading up to a marriage, like going to school and, being an entrepreneur and just being my best self, but it still wasn't good enough for him. And I think that's why I put that in the post, because Conway basically changed my perspective on things. Like he made me feel like everything I was doing was right and it was correct. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because a lot of women deal with their own insecurities,
Yes.
So I don't want you guys to judge a book by its cover, get on my Instagram and be like, oh, she's so pretty, she got this going on, because I still deal with my own insecurities. I still, cry about it sometimes because it's not that I want him back, nothing like that, hell no. It's just that I finally have a man, I finally found this newborn love, and it took me 5 years to see that. It took a man cheating on me to see that he didn't love me for me. Like, it wasn't about that, and yeah, that's just basically where I'm at with it. Conway definitely, that's my heart. That's literally my baby. That's my heart. He just made me feel whole again in all aspects.
And I feel like as women, we deal with that. We're in relationships and we're like, we love them and we don't know what to do. But you have to take that leap of faith and it's a part of the journey. And now
yes, don't wait till a man cheats on you. Because like I said, it took me 5 years to realize I was unhappy. Like, imagine living with someone who, like, I remember just always starting arguments, always being vicious, just being a different, like, I felt evil at times. Because I'm serious, like, I felt evil. I would always start these arguments with him. And listen to your intuition, because my aura was trying to tell me that this man is not for you. He's literally not your soulmate. So you're not feeling this type of way for no reason. So don't wait till a person cheats on you, till it gets to the bottom of the barrel to leave the relationship. Like, literally, once you feel it in your gut, which was a few years back, I should have been left, just leave. Because at that point, he's wasting your time, you're wasting your time, and you're potentially blocking your blessings. Now with Conway, I felt like it was like the perfect timing with Conway. I had just joined the sorority, aka I was in school. I was like literally at my lowest point. I don't even think Conway knows that. how much he like uplifted me and brought me, like made me a better person. I'm gonna get emotional because he literally made me a better person. I feel like just nicer. I know. Stop.
Oh, don't please. You look too cute.
I know to be crying.
Oh my gosh, y'all. She is head on in love. You can feel the energy.
He just, I don't know. Conway is just an overall good person, and when you're dealing with a man, a real man who literally loves you and willing to put you first in all aspects, there's no questions asked. And so I even put in my post how he like tatted my name before I even got a ring. Like when you know a man loves you, you feel it. Like you feel it every day. I wake up and I feel love every day from Conway, and I didn't have that before ever. You know, so it's a good feeling. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Literally, if he is not for you and you feel it in your soul, he's not. He's not.
Can I come to the wedding?
Yes,
I need to invite to the wedding.
I need you to do a speech.
I need to invite to this wedding.
Yes,
because I know it's about to be lit.
It's about to be crazy. Girl, whew, I'm over here stressed out. Wedding planning now. Like, it's about to be crazy.
How was the wedding planning?
It's a lot because me and Conway have like different views on things. It's crazy because people always see everything in my life is always so big. Mm-hmm. Like my birthdays are big and graduation's big. All this big stuff going on in my life. For the first time in my life, I just want a sacred wedding. I actually want to get married across seas. I want to do a destination wedding.
Oh, that'd be
yes. Right? That's what I'm saying. And you know, I'm from Belize, so I was thinking like, maybe what about Belize? But Conway's like the complete opposite. He doesn't care about birthdays. He don't care about celebration. Like he makes everything about others. And so he said, like, for the first time in his life, he wants something big. Like, he wants to actually celebrate our love.
Aww.
So we're, like, dealing with this, like, we're, like, butting heads on this. Because I'm like, no, we're capping it at 200. We're not having over 200. He's like, okay, why don't we just go to 3? No, Conway, no. But I'm going to give him the wedding. I agreed on it, you know. We have a lot of help. We have a lot of support. I have 12 bridesmaids. 12 groomsmen. Like our wedding party is huge because I have a lot of friends. I have line sisters, you know, I have a sister, I have his sister. So it's gonna be a really big wedding.
So did you have a feeling that he was gonna propose to you? Like,
girl, I had no idea. I literally had, first of all, let me tell y'all, Conway tricked me. He made it seem like he was trying to get me a car. Like, my birthday gift was gonna be a car because I kept telling him like I want a new car. Like you see the Jeep I just put.
Yeah, she put up something nice.
I just got a new car, but I was saying like I want a new car for graduation, and so we would talk about it periodically. And I'm thinking like he's listening to me and stuff like that. And how I knew it was something, I didn't know it was an engagement. I thought it was a car. It's because he kept saying, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I'm like, "I don't want anything." So he actually just paid for my birthday party. I had a big old birthday party. A sneaker ball, and so he just paid for that, but he didn't actually get me a gift. So I'm like, okay, he didn't get me a gift, he gave me a car. And then right before he called me to the mic. I was so drunk. Oh my God, I don't even really remember that night. That's why I'm so glad that someone actually like recorded it and captured it. Yes, and captured the moment, because I don't remember any of that. Like I don't even remember what Conway said in the speech besides like rewatching the video. And when he like called, he was on the mic. I saw people like coming from outside, like the doors were open. I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm about to get this car in front of all my family, my friends. Oh, they about to see my man balling. Okay, cool. So he called me to the stage or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not getting the car. What are you talking about? And then I knew I can't remember what he said, and that's the point that I knew. He said something like, and you thought I didn't get you a gift, and you still think I didn't get you nothing. And then the whole crowd started going crazy. And then that's when I'm like, okay, he proposing. Yeah. That's when I knew. But I was shocked. Girl, I still am shocked. Like literally a few months later, I'm still like dealing with whoa, I'm literally engaged. Like I'm about to be a wife. You know, there's certain things I have to do differently. There's certain ways I have to act. I have to be an open communicator now. Like it's been really nice. We've been going to marriage counseling. Mm-hmm. So it was actually Conway's idea. I really don't believe in counseling in a way because I don't feel like I should tell people my feelings just for them to give me advice on how I should talk to my man. You know, I should just go to my man. But it's actually been so helpful, and I would literally recommend it to everyone because it's not like we're going through problems. It's literally just how can you fix the small things and like the little crinks before you actually get married. So I've been liking it.
So how was the engagement?
What do you mean?
So like, how does it feel being engaged versus being a girlfriend?
People ask me that all the time, and it feels the same. It feels the exact same. Now, one thing I will say that changed is that I feel like now I can't tell Conway no. like I can't say no. I feel guilty. I'm like, oh my God, I'm his wife. Like I can't say no. And he doesn't care. He just be like, girl, bye, or whatever. But I feel in my heart, okay, there's nothing that I can't ask Conway that's so big that he would tell me no to. He literally he never tells me no. So I feel guilty when I say no. Now, when I was a girlfriend, it's hell no, Conway. Get your own water. I'm not your wife. Like, I used to say stuff like that, but now it's like, okay, I get up, I'll go make your plate. I'm gonna go get you some water. You know, I don't say no. And it's cool because nothing that he asks me is ever too big for me to say no. And I actually got that advice from a married couple, one of my married friends, Rob and Janae. I've been knowing them for some years, and they've been married for some years. And I remember her saying, like, I never tell my husband no. Like, one conversation we were having, and I kind of took that advice and I ran with it. And yeah, nothing should ever be too big for you to say no to your partner.
Wow, it's amazing because you guys have a beautiful story,
Thank
and
you.
I'm still, starstruck by the ring, the wedding. So I know you're busy and you have plenty of things to do today. So last question, what do you want anyone that's watching this video to take away from you? Who is Manda?
I just want y'all to not judge a book by its cover. That's something I really take pride in, is when people actually meet me, they're like, oh my God, like, she's so cool. She's not like this Instagram girl that, don't speak, or that's rude, or not a girl's girl, because I'm truly a girl's girl. So I just don't like when people judge at all. And I feel like I've always been judged all my life. People always assume that I'm gonna be mean, a little prissy girl. Girl, I'm hood, I'm ghetto. Literally, I do all that, okay? I'm trust and believe. I'm not what you think on Instagram. I'm ghetto as hell. It's cool. And look, y'all don't know the old me. The new me, I'm a lot more toned down. But a big part of me is that I work hard. So definitely work hard. The sky's the limit. There's literally no limitation to what you can do in life. Go after everything and write a checklist. I think that's something that I love doing. I love checklists. I'm like, what am I gonna get done this month? Because anything is possible. You can literally do it. So it's all about time management. Like I keep saying, time management, time management, time management. Make time for everything and everybody, because you literally only have one life. Right. So you have to figure out how you want to live it. And I think I figured it out. I figured out what my purpose is, and once anyone who's watching the video, once you figure out what your purpose is, life will be so smooth sailing, because you know exactly why you're doing it, and you know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. So that's my biggest thing.
I like that answer, because on one of your posts, I think it was your birthday, you was like, this was probably the most simple birthday that I had. Like, be simple. Yes. It's like, life is just easy.
It's so simple. It's like, I don't understand why life was so complicated. Like when I was speaking about my ex, like why I just put myself in these super complicated situations when it could be so simple. Literally, it could just be so simple. Don't stress yourself out. If you know your job is stressing you out, go get another job. If you know this guy is stressing you out, go get you another man. Like, it's that simple. And I figured that out. Like, I just like smooth sailing days, and it could all be so simple.
Oh,
literally.
You're so nice. I love this. I love this interview.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No,
seriously,
no
you're
problem.
awesome. I hope that your business excels with this. I'm definitely gonna be shouting my girl out, because she got this room. It's all cute, decked out. Yeah, you're doing awesome. I see big things in your future.
Thank you.
And let me know if you ever need anything.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Because she actually pushed me. Always said, I'm gonna start my YouTube, and she was like, no, you're starting this month. You're starting this now.
I gave you a deadline.
You did. And I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to follow Manda? You changed it from curly hair.
Yeah, it's not, girl. The curl's not. It's Heat Damage over here, but it's Manda Hyde _ So Hyde is my last name. MANDAHYDE _.
And then make sure you follow her business page, $1 Million Minks, and keep up with Manda. Get y'all lashes done before she leaves.
Before I leave.
And I
got one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, I want my not showing.
Manda say, be a girl's girl.
Be a girl's girl. 80.